What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the rLounge. Am I the a-hole for threatening to file a police report on my ex and getting her former cop father involved? Over Black Friday, I bought 2 games, Mario Kart 8 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, but due to an Amazon mix-up, it was mistakenly sent to my ex's. A few days ago, she let me know a package from me arrived. I apologized for the mix-up and asked her to forward it to me when she gets the chance. She was a-okay about it and promised to send it by the end of the week. I got the package, but the one game was missing. Hey, I didn't see Final Fantasy VII here. Is that coming separate?
Nope, you get to buy that over.
Ha, okay, but really, is it in a separate package?
Nope, it's my tax for helping you.
Okay. All jokes aside, you are sending it, right? Utter silence. Hello? You are sending it, right? I get a phone call and she asks if I'm mad. I said I will be if she's serious. She gets defensive and sleazy about trying to keep the game. I'm trying my hardest to reason with a 30-year-old woman about what stealing is, and I reach my limit. Her father's a great man and still keeps a good relationship with me, and he unfortunately needs to act as her moral compass sometimes, so I say, do I really need to get your father involved for you to do the right thing? Like I'm dealing with a 14-year-old?
You wouldn't dare get my father involved in this.
I hung up within a second and called her father. Poor guy was pleasant as a peach, happy to hear from me, asking how the winter is treating us in Pennsylvania, and I had to cut through pleasantries to let him know his daughter just committed a federal crime, opened up mail addressed to me, and stole part of its contents. The man is a former cop. His tone grows low and defeated, and he tells me he'll talk to her. I apologize for dragging him into this, and promise to catch up later. While waiting for her to call me back, I filled out her police report, but didn't submit it. She calls, and in typical fashion, starts playing the victim.
God, if you're going to make such a big deal over your stupid, precious freaking video game, I guess I'll send it to you.
Nuh-uh, you are not going to make me the bad guy for being upset over you opening my mail and stealing from me. Not happening.
Fine, I'll send it to you, only if you apologize for inconveniencing me.
I go full my father mode and yelled, "Get effed! You either send it to me or I press send on this police report." She panicked and relented. So, was dragging her father in and going nuclear the wrong thing? Could I have handled this better? I'm sure, though I'm holding back a lot of emotions here. Did I get threatening too quick? Thanks if you made it through this disaster. Hopefully it was worth your time. Edit. Thank you for all of the support and input. To address some common concerns. Yes, I deleted the Amazon address data. The external site I went through defaulted to that old address for some reason. Never has it done that before. I offered to pay postage, as we live very far away now. Pennsylvania and Maine, but she wanted $30 for the return, which wasn't happening. Upon retrospection, going straight to the authorities would still have gotten her father involved, since she lives with him and he basically handles all her adult responsibilities. Therefore, the am I the a-hole is more or less, should I submit a police report or let it be? Which one would make me the a-hole? I'm sorry I type like I'm writing a book report. It's a habit. I promise I'm not Patrick Bateman. Don't be mean to me on that account. Update. Hey folks, I figured I'd update you on all the conclusion that the stupid saga from before. I did indeed get my property back, and the ex became cooperative and very strangely submissive, rather than spiteful. I'm willing to bet it was because of her father, but then again, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe, buried under all that untreated bipolar disorder and narcissism, is the girl I thought I married. Though I won't hold my breath. This, and a previous issue we ran into right before the mail fraud, kinda soured me on trying to keep things amicable, since clearly it has no real effect. The game was still in its factory sealed wrapping, with no signs of tampering. I opened it up, and everything looks to be in great shape. I contacted the father and gave him my sincere thanks. On the suggestion of some of you from last post, I sent him a gift for doing the right thing and putting up with his squabble, so thank you for that suggestion. I have his PayPal still, so it was just cash, but the message went through, I'm sure. Do good things. Get rewarded. In any case, I thought I'd treat you all to some picturonis of the end results for stopping by. So here you go. Thanks for the help and perspective from my last post. Here's a shot of the goods. Am I the a-hole for telling my boyfriend he's not a freaking superhero that he thinks he is? My 17, boyfriend 17, and I have been together for almost a year, and he's great. The only thing is, he has some hero complex. He needs to save everyone from all their troubles, and if someone gets hurt or fails something, etc., it's his fault. Example, I failed a chemistry test and he didn't talk to me for a week because he didn't want to distract me. He sent me all his notes and made a whole study schedule before ghosting me though. His twin got hurt in a small car accident and he thinks it's because he distracted her. She has a cast, but he acts as if she can't do anything without him. He doesn't let anyone help either. His baby sister dropped glass and he freaked. It didn't break, but he panicked and didn't let anyone in the kitchen for ages. He also kept checking her feet for glass, even though cut skin is pretty obvious and she was fine. He criticizes his mom's parenting. We were walking around at the park and he looked anxious the entire time. He said he was keeping an eye out just in case someone needed help, etc. They seem like small things, but it gets overwhelming. He's constantly anxious, scared, or jumpy, and it's exhausting. And he doesn't want me to do certain things because I might get hurt. I hurt my ankle skating once some time back, and he freaked when I told him we should go skating again. Anyways, this happened yesterday. His dad told him he needed money because he lost his girlfriend's jewelry and needed to replace it. My boyfriend, no hesitation, stole over $800 from his mom. When I asked him why, he told me that his dad needed it urgently and that he'd pay his mom back later. He has no job. I don't know where he thinks he's getting that money from. I lost it. I told him he's not the freaking superhero that he thinks he is, especially since he decided to straight up steal from his mother, who has so much trust in him. He got upset and told me to stop mocking him. I told him that he needed to face reality and realize that he can't save everyone and that he's becoming exhausting. I also mentioned again that I couldn't believe he stole from his mom so carelessly. He called me irritating and said I wouldn't get it, and he left to go give his dad the money. I immediately told his mom, who freaked as well, and now he's in trouble. He basically called me an a-hole, but he hasn't responded to any of my texts since. Now, I don't think I'm the a-hole because, well, he needed the reality check and everyone's thinking what I'm thinking. I just voiced those thoughts. But my boyfriend's heart is generally in a good place, and he's told me that he can't help it. He thinks I'm an a-hole, obviously, since he told me to leave him alone for F's sake. My brother also thinks I shouldn't have involved myself since it isn't my problem. Okay, and I was pretty harsh. Am I the a-hole? We have one judgment before moving on with the update. Stock Comprehensive 96 says, not the a-hole. And sweetie, a kid who steals from his mother is not great. He is a thief no matter how he tries to justify it. No, his heart is not in a good place. Yes, you should have told his mother. $800 is a hell of a lot of money, and I dare say his mom needed it for something more important than a girlfriend's lost jewelry. He is controlling, egocentric, paranoid, and a thief. It is good he is not answering your texts. You do not owe him an apology, but you do owe yourself a decent, caring boyfriend. Hint, he's not the one. Thanks for my first award. On with the update. Hi, so I'm going to start off with thanks for reading my original post and commenting on it. I knew in the back of my head that I shouldn't have probably ended it with him, but reading your comments really gave me the push to really understand why. I don't know if this makes sense. Before I start though, his mom managed to get to my ex-boyfriend before he gave his dad the money. The money is safe and my ex-boyfriend's phone was taken from him because his dad kept sending him rude messages. He wasn't ignoring me on purpose. Here's what happened. His twin sister came over sometime after I made the post and she told me quite a bit about why my ex-boyfriend is the way he is. I'm not going to say much as it is not my story to tell, but what I will say is that I remember someone commenting and saying parentification, and you were mostly right. She then told me that he's not allowed his phone, but he did say he was sorry. I was also informed that he's getting help and he's not in the right mindset for a relationship. I agreed. I know a lot of people were convinced that he's not a good person and he's this or that, and I admit that I wrote the post out of frustration, but he isn't a bad person. The world isn't black and white. I'm sorry I can't give more context, but there's only so much I can say online. I also hear he'll be out of school for a week or two because he had a breakdown and is pretty unwell, but I'm not going to avoid him or act as if I don't know him once he does come back. Sure, we didn't end things greatly, but he's been my friend for years, and unless he doesn't want me around, I'm not doing that. I also want to thank everyone for telling me it isn't on me to fix him, that I'm only 17 and it's not my responsibility. Sometimes I feel a bit guilty, not gonna lie, because it kind of feels like I abandoned him when things got tough, but it's like, what exactly can I do? He has his mom and sisters, and right now, I think that's all he can handle. Because of you know what, I've canceled all my plans and I'm currently watching that new Disney film with my brothers, and honestly, it's the most relaxed I've been for ages now. It's nice knowing I don't have this huge responsibility on my back. I don't use Reddit often, so yeah, thank you so much for being so nice to me. Our first reaction comes from Simply Sam 4210. I'm really glad that this turned out the way it did, and that you are now relaxing and that your ex-boyfriend is getting the help he needs. I absolutely understand what you're trying to say. He's a really nice person, but somewhere along the way, this good heart got twisted into a savior complex, like the whole world is on his shoulders. I'm glad he's getting help. Good luck to you, OP. Our last comment comes from Julia X 1984. Breaking up is not abandonment. It happens every day. You did what was best for you both, not to mention for his mom. You stopped the inertia of his unhealthy lifestyle, and now the professionals can help him. If he broke his leg and you drove him to the hospital so professionals could help him rather than try to fix it yourself, that wouldn't be abandoning him. This is essentially the same. Enjoy your life,